What's up, graphic designers, and welcome to what very well may be your very first lesson in Photoshop. Today, we're going to be creating a little bit of marketing where we're celebrating health and wellness. And in today's lesson, you're going to feature yourself, a celebrity, or a historical figure, or someone meaningful for you that captures this essence of being healthy, of making smart and sound decisions, along with a quote and some scenic background. Now let's first take a look at Photoshop. The interface can be a little intimidating, but I'm going to break down a few of the key concepts that we're going to be exploring today. So at the very left side of the screen, we've got the toolbar. The very top tool is something called the Move tool. When you select the Move tool, you can click and drag any image, any layer around on the canvas. That makes sense. That holds true for layers as well as with text. And here we have yours truly with Mahatma Gandhi, along with the text that says, "It is health that is the real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver." Too true. That's very wise. And you're going to find a quote, again, that resonates with you. Um, Now, on the right side of the screen, we've got our layers palette. And here's how it works. What's on top in the layers palette corresponds with what's on top in the canvas. So, for example, I noticed that layer 3, Gandhi, is above layer 2, Droz. If I click layer 2 and I drag it up, all of a sudden Droz is on top of Gandhi. If I click layer 1, that's at scenic background, and I drag it all the way to the top of the canvas, everything is concealed because it's on top. That makes sense. If I hide that layer, we can see everything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that layer down, and we're going to talk about how to import images into Photoshop. And let's jump right on in. So you're gonna open up Google Chrome. You're gonna find a quote that again embodies this idea of like health and wellness, making smart decisions. You're gonna need an image of yourself, and in approximately 10 minutes, we're gonna have a photo album featuring you and your friends. If you're not comfortable having your photo taken, that's certainly okay. And then we're gonna need a celebrity. So who is someone that makes, I don't know, smart, healthy decisions? Maybe it's Tom Brady, maybe it's Anthony Fauci, maybe it's LeBron James. Um, and so what we're going to do is you're going to search for a celebrity. We're going to do an image search in Google. We're going to select tools, and then we're going to click size, and we're going to select large. We want high res images. So we want an image, maybe it's this image right here. Why not? When we find an image that we like, we're going to right click, we're going to save image as, and it's going to save to either your desktop or to maybe downloads, and I'm going to save this as LeBron. Okay, great. Again, we're going to need a scenic backdrop. So I'm going to do an image search, and I'm going to type in beautiful background or beautiful environment. Why not? You can search an image. Maybe you're on the moon, maybe you're in Egypt. It really doesn't matter. This one looks very pretty. And one thing I didn't do, we're going to click tools, size, large. We want those high res images. And there we go. These are some profoundly beautiful visuals. You're going to find one that you think looks pretty cool. And I like this one right here just because there's a lot of empty space in the sky where we can include our text. Right click, save image as, and I'm going to save it as background. Beautiful. And then you're going to need an image for today. I'm going to use an example. We'll use Andrew Yan. We're going to click the 3 vertical dots. We're going to select download, and amazing. So we've got all the ingredients that we need for our project. We're going to return to Photoshop, and we're going to click File, Open. And the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up that background. And I see that we have it here. That looks great. And actually, this is super small, and sometimes Google will do that. So let's pick another image. Hopefully, it'll give us a nice huge background. I'm gonna right click, save image as. That was a great learning experience. Does this work? I'm gonna save this image as. We're gonna return to Photoshop. File, open. I'm gonna click the does this work, and I think it will. There we go. So that looks great. All right, so we've got a nice background. We're going to need to open up Andrew. So I'm going to click File, Open. There's Andrew Yan. And let's open up LeBron James. File, Open. And there's LeBron James. All right. So how are we going to get LeBron minus the background into that beautiful scenic visual. How are we going to get Andrew Yan in there? We're going to use a new tool. So we know the move tool. We're going to use the magnetic lasso. We're going to select the magnetic lasso. It's 3 tools down. And if you might have either the regular lasso or the polygonal lasso. To pull up the magnetic lasso, you're simply going to right click, magnetic lasso. I'm going to press Command plus to zoom in just a tad. And here's how this works. It clings to high contrast objects. And what we're doing right now is we're making a selection. So I clicked once, and now I'm not clicking on the mouse at all. I'm simply dragging it along the perimeter of Andrew Yan's body. This looks great. I'm going to speed it up a tad. And if you take my class, we're going to learn far more sophisticated selection techniques, but this is great for today. And I'm actually just going to add this right there. And we'll zoom in. We got to get this element right here as well. Okay, once we've got a selection, just like if you're copying text, we're going to press Command C. We're going to return to that scenic background. We're going to press Command V to paste. Oh, there's Andrew. And we want to reduce the size, so we're going to press Command T. And when you press Command T, you can shrink it down, so that looks great. All that's left is LeBron James in this quote. We are doing so much today. I'm going to press, all right, guys, we're going to press check to confirm. That looks great. Let's find LeBron James. There's LeBron. Again, magnetic lasso. You're going to click and you're going to drag your selection. It may not be super precise. That's okay. I'm actually going to pick it up a notch. You're going to do a there's going to be far greater level of like precision. Okay, I'm clicking. I'm returning to that very first bounding box, that right where we started. I'm going to click once. Click twice, Command C. I see those little marching ants along the perimeter of his body. Command C to copy. Command V to paste. There's LeBron. Command T to change the size. And then what do we want to do when we confirm the size? That's right, check to confirm. And I'm going to have Andrew Yan above, like in front of LeBron James. So I'm going to click Andrew. I'm going to drag him up, and that looks pretty cool right there. All right, all that's left is this quote. And you can find 20 inspiring quotes on health. You can do a little Google image search, and I see that, or text search, and I see that it says, keeping your body healthy is an expression of gratitude to the whole cosmos, the trees, the clouds, everything. Wow, profound. We're going to highlight. Command C, return to Photoshop. Last tool of the day. We learned the move tool. We learned the magnetic lasso. Now we're going to learn the text tool. So I'm going to select the text tool. I'm going to click once to lay down some text. And we're going to press, actually we'll highlight everything, or simply press Command A. And now we got that blinking cursor. We're going to add some text. Command V to paste. And what we want to do is we want to find some text that works well for you, like that's legible, that appeals to you. So I'm going to find some very simple text. And I like this one, grow bold. I'm going to reduce the size of the text by clicking at the top of the interface. So we've got the kind of text, the font size itself on the left side, right? And then in the middle, underneath view, we've got the point value. So this is 111. Let's try 48, and I think that's a little bit more appropriate. We're going to do some line breaks. I'm going to click enter, and I'm going to click enter again, and then I'm going to click enter. It looks like one last time. That's amazing. This looks really, really good. Now because there's like these like snow caps on this mountain ridge, I'm going to shift this text down a little bit so we can read it, so it's legible. I'm going to shift Andrew over. I'm going to shift LeBron over. And now we've got a greater contrast with the background. This is something that we can actually read. That looks really great. The one other thing that we're going to want to do is use the maybe embed the logo. So you can simply make a selection, Command C, Command V, just like we did with Andrew. This is going to be a huge logo. I'm going to shrink it down for you guys. And we're going to have something like looks a little bit like this. So this is marketing for our school. This is marketing for wellness. We're going to press check to confirm. Now, how do we save and submit? We're going to click File, Save As, and you're going to save this as first name, last name, wellness, and as a JPEG. So I'm going to type in Mr. Drozd, wellness. And we're going to save this as a JPEG. How do we do that? The format default is Photoshop. We're going to click that. We're going to scroll down. We're going to select JPEG. We're going to save. And we're going to submit this to Google Classroom. I cannot wait to see your work. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.